Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have an unboxing of Hulk. So pull up a chair and let's take a look at his cards. All right, well, let's go ahead and get it open. And as we usually do, we're going to look at his poster first. And there is the Hulk poster. All right. And as you can see there, Hulk comes with the aggression aspect. And there's some reading there that you can do if you would like to. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at Hulk. And he is Avenger Gamma. Enraged is his ability. Force Interrupt. When your turn ends, discard your hand. And then Bruce Banner, Experimental Research. It's an action. Draw one card and then choose and discard a card. And limit once per round. All right. And then we have Crushing Blow. You can only spend physical resources to pay for this card. And one of the things that you may find about Hulk is that he does want physical resources in his deck. And this is one of the obvious reasons, because you can't even use this card unless you use a physical resource to pay for it. But it allows you to deal damage equal to your attack. And he has two of those. And then we have Hulk Smash. This is a very powerful card. Awesome. A Hero Interrupt. So when you do your basic attack, which his basic attack, if you remember, his basic attack there is 3. So when you do that, exhaust to do that, you can get plus 10 attack. And if you use all physical resources, it gains overkill. So this card can give you 13 attack. All right, and you get 2 Hulk Smashes. Suborbital Leap, and this is his thwarting card, where you can remove 3 threat from a scheme, 5 if you use physical resources. Again, there's that theme that he wants for his deck. He gets 2 Suborbital Leaps. Thunderclap. Choose up to 3 different enemies, deal 3 damage to each of them. Notice this is not an attack, so he can do this if he's stunned. He can hit the villain with this if there's a guard in play, because it is not attack. It's a superpower. And he gets 2 Thunderclaps. All right, Unstoppable Force. Ready Hulk. If you pay for this card using only physical resources, draw a card. So you can attack and ready him with this. Similar to, in a way, similar to She-Hulk's 1-2 punch, right? And anyway, he gets 2 Unstoppable Forces. And then we have Limitless Strength. And you see there 3 fist resources, and they can only be spent, these can only be used in hero form. So there is a limit to it, but this is the second hero that I can think of that has 3 resources in their deck. Captain Marvel, the other one, she has 3 energy resources, but this is limited. He can only use it in hero form. And he gets 2 of those. And then Banner's Laboratory, he gets +2 recovery. And if you're an alter ego, exhaust the laboratory to generate a mental resource. All right, Boundless Rage. He can only put this in play when he's in hero form. And it can only stay in play in hero form. He gets +1 attack. But then as you see on the forced response, when you change forms, you discard it. Gets 1 of those. Immovable Object. You get +4 hit points. And then Hulk gains Retaliate 1. All right, so as I said, Hulk comes with aggression. So this is the first aggression card that's part of his starter deck. And it is Brawn. He's got 5 health, 1 thwart, 1 attack. But when he attacks, remove 1 threat from a scheme. And then another ally here, Sentry. After Sentry enters play under your control, deal yourself 1 encounter card. So that's quite a penalty. But 2 thwart, 3 attack, 5 health. Those are good numbers there. 4 costs to get in. Here's She-Hulk. One of the core heroes now is an ally in the aggression aspect. She gets +1 attack for each damage token she has. All right, Drop Kick. Deal 4 damage. It is an attack, so you have to keep that in mind. But deal 4 damage, and if you use only physical resources, you stun and draw a card. And he gets 3 of those in his starter deck. And then Toe to Toe. I actually kind of like this one. 1 cost. And now the villain attacks you. but you can deal 5 damage to the enemy. So if you do have a way to reduce the incoming damage, it's 5 damage, a sure 5 damage back to the villain. And it goes in well, let's see, it has 3 of those. It goes in well with You'll Pay for That, which is a thwart card, and after the villain attacks you, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each damage you took from that attack to a maximum of 5. And so here we have an aggression card that can allow you to remove quite a bit of threat, although to the cost of your hit points, but You'll Pay for That goes well with Toe to Toe, and you get 3 of those in his starter pack. There's a Power of Aggression. Martial Prowess. Play under any player's control. You only have 1 per player, and you exhaust it to get a physical resource before an attack event. All right, so 3 of those. And then To the Rescue. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. It is a hero action, but this is going to help out heroes like Hulk, who, Hulk has 0 thwart. And some of the heroes, Spider-Man only has 1 thwart, She-Hulk only has 1 thwart. This card can help those heroes out if you want to put them in the deck. But he gets 3 of those in his starter pack. He gets an Energy, Genius, and Strength. And then in Avengers Mansion there, he also comes with a Helicarrier. And then here's his Obligation. And this is a unique obligation that I've seen because when it comes out, you flip your identity. And then after you flip, if you're Bruce Banner, you got to discard 2 cards and then discard the obligation. If you're Hulk, you exhaust them and discard the obligation. So there's no option here to remove it from the game. You're going to have to do one of the bad things, and then it goes right back in to the counter discard pile where it could come out again. So that's his Obligation. Abomination there is his Nemesis minion. After he attacks, you discard the top card of your deck, and if a physical resource is discarded, take 2 damage. So it counteracts the theme of Hulk's deck where he wants a lot of physical resources. All right, Total Destruction is the side scheme. You can't remove threat until Abomination leaves play, and you see there the hazard icon. And then Clash of Titans, enemy with the highest ATK attacks the hero or ally with the highest ATK. And then if no attack made this way, gains Surge, and there are 3 of those. Okay, and this is the stop card, so that means that everything that I just looked at is part of his starter deck, and then everything else coming after it are just extra cards that were put in his deck. So let's look at the Justice card, and I know this is getting a lot of buzz online as a good card, and I have used it on Tabletop Simulator when I was waiting for my pack to come in. It's pretty good. You can use it as an action to either move 1 threat from a scheme to here, and you could use, if you get out early, it can stay in the whole game and help you thwart for 1 all game. It's not a hero action. Do it on either side. And or you can use it to deal 1 damage to a minion for each threat here. So if you got a nasty minion in play and 6 threat on Beat Cop, you can use this to get that minion out of play. So you get 3 of those in the Hulk pack. And then we have Inspiring Presence. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. And it's a hero action. Heal 1 damage from an ally and ready it. So that's pretty good to heal them, keep them to keep them where you can use them longer, and to ready them to be able to use them right then. Okay, so 3 Inspiring Presence, and then Electrostatic Armor. And notice it's a tech upgrade. So if you're playing Iron Man Protection and you want to put one of these in, this will help Iron Man get to a 7 maximum hand size on his hero side if you want to put this in. Because it is max 1 per player, so you can only have 1 out on the table at a time. But response, after you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. And you get 3 of those. And then there's a neutral card, Resourceful here. You discard it and get a wild resource, and there are 3 of those. All right, well, that's the Hulk Hero Pack, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider to like and subscribe. I am going to be doing a couple of playthroughs with Hulk. I'm planning on doing a playthrough with his starter deck against a scenario, and then maybe a couple of other playthroughs just to show him off. So if you're interested in seeing those, be sure to hit the notification bell so you know when that video or any video comes out. And until then, thank you for watching. And until that time, I'll save you a seat at the table.